Okay, so we are continuing with the landscaping here at the Love Nest. I'm getting ready to work on this section right here. I have a little corner fence that's going to go up right there. Man, anyway, we'll come back to that. That'll be in the next video. But this is what I was working on yesterday. I showed you guys how I dug this little mulch bed along the walkway here. And then last night, I went through and I put out all of our pathway markers, and man, these things look awesome, guys. Look at this. I used all 18 of these that I had. All of them lit up last night, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Except for the one up here, which I think just needs a new battery or something. So that one right there, I need to take care of. And it's funny because I get very particular about how I want things and how I want them to be perfect. And like, if you look down the line here, you can see where they're just kind of slightly back and forth. But there was really not a whole lot I could do with that because you're pounding these little, like spikes into the ground, these little stakes, and then you attach the lights to those. So it was really difficult to keep them perfect, but I did the best job that I could. You can see that I have them on both sides of the path here, and in a minute I'm going to show you what it looks like in the dark when this is lit up. It's really, really cool. These throw like almost a crisscross pattern throughout the whole walkway here. It's really awesome. I was exhausted last night, and I'm sitting in the living room and I'm like, man, I really, really want to have these out tonight. I really want to see how they look. Being completely impatient, so I came out here. I went through all of them. I was down on my knees going along the entire path putting these things in. First I had to like lay them out and see how far apart they needed to be in order for them to look right, because I knew I only had a certain amount. And it's funny because online I was looking for like a general spacing idea, and a lot of the stuff I found said 10 to 15 feet between each one. That's stupid. So we have about 3 feet between each one here, going all the way from the driveway around the bend and up to the porch. At first I thought that might be overkill to have so many of them out here, but it really does look awesome once they're all lit up. So looking at them here in the daylight, let's just go ahead and take a walk up the path here, and you can see them on both sides of the path. I think it looks really cool, especially this one here that's right among these stones. I think that looks really awesome. And it actually makes the pathway look a lot longer, I think. I think it looks really awesome from this angle right here, especially if you're in the house looking out the front door. You can see how they curve around like that, and it looks really awesome. But let's go ahead and take a walk back the other way. And yeah, I just think it looks really awesome here, all the way up to the driveway. So that's how it looks in the daylight there. Now let me tell you about these real quick before we move on. These were only $5 a piece at Home Depot. So I got 18 of them. So under $100 to put all these out along the entire pathway on both sides. They are solar. You can see the solar panel on top here. So during the day they gather up that sun, and then as soon as it starts getting dark, they all turn on. Same with those spotlights I showed you the other day. Those are solar as well. Those were $10 a piece at Home Depot. As soon as it starts getting dark out here, it all starts illuminating. It's really cool. In fact, I think I'll come out here tonight and set up the camera just like right out here so you can see the whole house just before dark, and then we'll just watch them all turn on as it gets darker. And then I'll walk around tonight and I'll give you a better look at how the whole house looks with all the lights on. I'm not quite done with the spotlights yet. I still want to play around with those a little bit, add a couple more, but I think it's coming together really, really awesome. Everything's really starting to look nice and clean around here, and those lights just give it a really nice curb appeal. I've been watching a lot of videos lately on landscaping and landscape lighting especially, and how rather than just sticking a few lights up here, you really go at it with a purpose in putting them in the right places so that the light spreads out and really accentuates everything. And that's the kind of thing that really makes a difference between living in a house and loving your home. It's been a lot of work, and I have a lot more to do, but I love my home. And I love my Hummer. All right, I'm gonna get busy with this fence and this corner here. I will come back this evening and set up the camera right down here so you can watch all these lights turn on as it gets dark. All right, guys, there you go. They all lit up here. I've been sitting back here in this chair for over an hour waiting for these to start turning on, with the camera just perched here in the tripod. Where's the tripod? There's the tripod. It's actually still pretty light out here. If we look up here, you can see it's obviously dark enough for the solar lights to have come on. While I was sitting here, I was keeping an eye on the street lamp out here, waiting for it to turn on, and it turned on first. I was thinking, what's going to turn on first, that or the solar lights up here at the house? Well, the street lamp came on first, and then it was actually kind of cool just sitting over here kicked back, getting bit by mosquitoes, and watching all these lights come on one at a time. So when it gets a little darker here, I'm going to show you how these make like a crisscross pattern going up the whole walkway. But if you look at these down here now, you can see how like there's an X of light being emitted off of each one. I think that looks really cool. There we go. Now it's getting darker out here. Let's go on up here and walk the path. And yeah, you can see how it emits this awesome like crisscross pattern all the way up. So let's go ahead and walk the path here. Kind of has a hard time focusing while we're walking up here. And this is what it looks like from on the porch here. Pretty cool. Let's walk back out through here. I think this is so awesome. From over here you can see the lights in the back here that go around the railing where the hot tub is. But yeah, here's the spotlights. And then as we move over, you can see the pathway lights. I think that looks really awesome. And that's how it looks from the street. All right, well, that is pretty much it for this video. I think that looks really cool. I really like the spotlights there, and I really love the pathway lights.